So Benson,
I have goosebumps right now. I have goosebumps right now.
Kyle, that doll was creepy, and I'm not normally creeped out by dolls.
I'm sweating right now.
I'm just saying, Gabby was creepy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Eye to Eye Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
And this is our spoiler-filled review of Toy Story 4, the Toy Story that nobody wanted apparently.
The Toy Story we didn't know needed to exist.
We could phrase that any other way. Basically, look, this is...
Toy Story that little could engine.
What just happened? What happened? What?
The little engine that could, the Toy Story that could.
Okay,
I don't know.
Before we dig that hole even further,
keep
moving forward here. Basically, one of the hottest debates of the year was, should we even have recreated another Toy Story?
Spoiler, yes.
Yes, we should have. So we're going to go through all of that kind of stuff here, very heavily with the spoilers here. Do not watch past this point if you do not want to be ruined about the plot, some of the characters, things that happen in this. We're going to spoil it all, and just, you have been warned now. So leave, go away, goodbye. All right, first thing that comes to mind with Toy Story is
we not doing my 60-second
I was going to say,
review?
your 60-second review that I think, is always such a great thing that we have here on this show. So I'm going to time you.
I think I should be in charge of the timer.
I don't think that you should be in charge of the timer.
You did not give me a full minute. You gave me 56 seconds.
Here we go.
So toys get sold to other people. So Andy's toys go to Bonnie, and Bo Peep goes to live at an antique shop because her kid, something happened to it. So anyway, so long story short, Bonnie goes to school. Bonnie doesn't want to go to school, and then she has to make this thing, and his name's Forky, and Forky thinks he's trash, and he doesn't want to be a toy. So he jumps out of the moving truck, or the motorhome thing that they rented, and doesn't want to be a toy anymore. So Woody has to go save him because Bonnie needs him. And so then he goes and he meets Bo Peep again, and he realizes that he missed Bo Peep. That there are these really creepy dolls, and this really creepy doll named Gabby really wants Woody's voice box, and because she wants to be a good toy, but she's psycho. And so then she's got these ventriloquist dummies that are psycho, and they chase Woody, and they chase Buzz, and then they end up, the fork thing goes back to Bonnie, and everybody ends up fine, but Woody stays with Bo Peep, and that's the end of the movie, and somewhere Key and Peele are in there, and they're the best.
55 seconds, good job, look at you. I have no clue what just happened during the middle. There was something about Gabby is terrifying or soulless or something about that. Forky, you called Molly a thing at some point in that. Andy's sister, you said you called her a thing or something.
When? I didn't even mention Molly.
I think you blacked out during that part. You got the problem.
I lost so much oxygen.
The problem with Jessica's 60 seconds reviews is she gets so riled up with it that she forgets what she's actually saying, and then she gets lost in a train.
Well, I don't think any of that made sense.
So anyway, if you love that, there you go. There's
you don't need to see the movie now. I got it for you.
Everything with that. All right, let's talk about the very beginning of the movie. We open up with a 9-year well, I guess we start out 9 years in the past from where we are now.
That was kind of cool, actually. So we're still back with Andy and Molly.
Right. Did you like, though, that we had to go back to Andy? Because I thought we were supposed to move on from Andy.
No, I loved it because it shows their beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So people that haven't seen Toy Story 3, I feel like if you've seen 1 and 2, you're okay. But if you haven't seen 3, you'd be lost. So you have to see that, oh yeah, Molly's toys got sold away. Yeah. And that's why Bo Peep is no longer with the gang.
And it reminds you, too, that of the events of 3 where Andy grew up and he gave it to Molly, and that's where we are now. So I think...
Bonnie.
Excuse me, Molly, Bonnie. Now I'm doing it. At least I called her a name, and I didn't call her an it, like you. So it's good for reminding us where we are. Yes. I don't know. Part of me feels like they pitched this whole storyline of that Andy's done now. It's over with. I feel like
Andy will never be done because Woody kept mentioning Andy in this movie, so it reminds you. You are a product of your past, whether you want to be or not. And
the other thing, too, is the main story. Obviously, Woody is the main character.
Right.
What he is struggling with is his place in this world without Andy and without being the lead toy in this.
Right. So in this movie, Bonnie is not as attached to Woody as Andy was.
I mean,
he's not the head honcho.
She walked in there. They were all in a closet, and she walks in there and just rips that star off of him. Like, just take that away, and then puts it on Jesse. I mean, like, Hashtag harsh, man. I mean, I want Jessie to be the sheriff.
New sheriff in town.
Dadgum. I mean, I really wanted her to be the sheriff at some point, but like, I mean, she just ripped that thing off there
at the end, we'll get there.
Oh man, you're gonna bring the feels up right now.
So then Bonnie has to go to kindergarten.
Right.
Bonnie's scared to go to kindergarten, so they have to make new friends.
And this is where we get introduced to Forky.
So, well, technically they're supposed to be making like pencil cups or something,
right.
but she goes rogue and decides to do her own thing. She
rogue.
makes Forky. And Forky is this little tyrant. He is unappreciative. He doesn't want to be a toy. He wants to be trash.
I'm just trying to understand, how does something come to life? Is it the love of the child that creates,
I like that, actually.
Is that what creates it? I don't know.
Bonnie loves Forky. Bonnie loves Forky more than any of the other toys. So they go on a family vacation, and what does Forky do? He
runs away.
He Forkies. I don't know. I can't make any statements without it sounding like a bad word, so I've got to be careful.
So the basic premise of all this is that he's trying to go and get Forky to bring it back to Bonnie because it's important to Bonnie, but we come to meet again an old familiar character in Bo Peep.
Because Forky jumps out the window.
She's a little bitter about the Forky thing.
So yes.
What did you think about Bo Peep?
I was so happy that Bo Peep's back with the gang, essentially.
Did you?
She's totally different, though. She's not this sweet little shepherd girl.
Well, and I think that you did an establishing shot there at the very beginning with the 9-year opening that in the past, where you kind of saw her almost a little bit like she is now, where she's kind of like rough and sassy, a little bit, not a lot. Love it. But she kind of had to be that way since she's been a lost toy for so long. Yep. She had to learn.
Her arm's off and like
that one threw me off.
Happened.
I noticed the tape on her arm, and then I was like, I wonder if that's like does she have a tattoo? Does a toy have a tattoo?
Her arm
just falls off at one point. It's hilarious.
So yes, love the addition of Bo Peep or back in the world. Really love the addition, if we're talking new characters, Ducky and Bunny.
Well, you just cannot shut up about Ducky
Key and Peele are my favorites. I love them. Ducky and Bunny were hysterical. This movie didn't need comic relief because Toy Story is comedy, but they just brought so much joy. Stuffed animals that have lasers for their eyes.
Right. Well, I thought
they didn't really, but they thought they did.
I thought it was interesting. I'm just going to blow past that comment. I thought it was interesting that they had as much screen time as they did, because I thought they were going to be like that one little segment, and you might see them again at the end.
Nah, dude, they're in the movie.
They're a significant part of the plot.
They're in the movie more than Rex, Ham, Slink, all those old characters. The Potato Heads.
Right.
Were both Potato Heads?
Yes, they were. Because remember, Mrs. Potato Head was doing the watching for the GPS at the end.
Yeah, you're right.
So here, little shout out and a little bit of sad moment here is that Don Rickles passed away, who was the voice of Mr. Potato Head, but they found a way to bring his voice into it from past audio clips they didn't use. And you saw the one clip was like, what did he say? It was like, hey, watch it, bud, or something like that. I was like, that's so generic. They probably had plenty of those stored up. So it was a nice way to honor him and let him be in there. All the original characters, they had their little funny moments. Rex is panicking. Slink was the good old buddy friend.
Good. Yeah.
We got to see RC again. How did we forget about that in the opening thing? That is what hooked me, because RC was one of my favorite of the toys from Toy Story, the original.
Really?
And when I saw him being saved by Woody, that's like, that brings me back. So for nothing else, that 9-year prequel type thing for us in the beginning of this was just awesome. So
let's talk about the antique shop.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay, you got it. I'm gonna get it.
Calm down. Talk about panicking and Rex. Are you gonna panic?
So
there's an antique shop that she lives in, and that's where Forky and Woody go to see Bo.
Mm-hmm. First of all, Gabby I think is a cool character because
I was terrified of dolls. Just by the way.
I have an irrational fear of them. I think they're going to jump out and kill me like Chucky.
These ventriloquist
the dummy dolls from Goosebumps and all that kind of thing.
That's what this was reminding me of.
Oh, God.
So Benson...
I have goosebumps right now. I have goosebumps right now.
Kyle, that doll was creepy, and I'm not normally creeped out by dolls.
I'm sweating right now.
I'm just saying, Gabby was creepy, she was evil, and... I was glad she turned good in the end, but woo.
I saw that coming a mile away. Gabby, I knew she was going to be kind of the villain, but kind of not. That's what movies do these days. Is you have the villain, but they end up being redemptive in some way, or they're not so much the villain.
That's good so that children don't have hate in their hearts the whole time, but...
Apparently you have hate for Forky because of the way he acted.
I just think, be grateful that you've got a child that loves you when Woody wants her to love him and she doesn't. So, Forky, you're taking for granted what you got and you just think you're trash and jump out windows.
Hashtag Jessica Rants. All right, let's jump ahead. We
Okay.
spent a lot of time. Let's talk maybe about ending stuff because this is where the feels come in. And, Tim Allen and Tom Hanks both said their final bits of like voiceovers they did were some of the most emotional they ever did. Now, I will say after seeing it, what they said wasn't so much emotional about what the actual last scene meant. And what we're getting at is this is the end, at least in terms of them being together all the time physically, Woody and Buzz.
Woody stays behind with Bo.
Which I think if a guy's searching for his purpose and can't find it with Bonnie, who seems to be moving on without him, which is perfectly fine.
Forky, of all things.
I told you, just bitter about Forky. I think that's a great way for him to find some happiness and purpose is to live it out with her.
Yep.
Doing they're like
nomads.
They're like they're the rescue rangers. So yeah, I do think that's awesome.
I cannot handle you. So yes, I love that. I love that they get to live out because, like you said, Woody wasn't. Yeah. Bonnie didn't love him, not like Andy did. Mm-hmm. So it's time, but the other toys got to be together. But oh man, the feels. When that last scene, when they're all like hugging each other and saying their goodbyes, I was like, dang, they're never going to see each other again because Bonnie and her family are going back to, wherever in the suburbs and Woody's living in a carnival now.
All right. So the ending is emotional. Get your tissues out.
It's not that serious.
I mean, I got a little misty.
Your heart will feel it.
Warm
and sad at the same time.
If Toy Story 3, Andy and Woody saying goodbye is a 10. This is probably like a 7, 6, 7 maybe, somewhere in there. It kind of gets you a little bit, but man, we just don't hear so long, partner. That's the one that gets me in 3. Aww. Anyway, so let's talk general stuff about like Easter eggs and all that kind of thing. We noticed a couple. Why don't you talk about the one you noticed?
Yeah, the one that I noticed that you didn't even notice.
I know.
In the antique shop, there are tons of Easter eggs. We were reading some stuff about it, and we missed a bunch of them. But the one that I saw was there was a grape soda pen in one of the cabinets or something, just like the one that Ellie gives to Carl in Up. The other one that I know that you and I both noticed was Pizza Planet, like my shirt. You know how in all the Toy Stories, the Pizza Planet truck is there. This year they did it different, and I kind of thought it was hilarious. And
I wanted the truck.
I missed the truck, but I thought this was really funny. So this year there is a guy that hosts the carnival game where Ducky and Bunny are, and the guy has a Pizza Planet truck tattooed on his leg.
It was fine. I wanted the actual truck. I kept looking every time we were on the street. It's like, where's the Pizza Planet
truck? I know.
Truck?
They were like at a gas station. Kyle was like, that's a Pizza Planet truck. And I'm like, no, it's not.
No, honey, it's not. The one I noticed, and I don't know this is what they intended, but it's what evoked this type of feeling for me, is when Bo and Woody and the gang were all in the bushes and they looked up at the carousel.
Yeah.
It looked to me a lot like some shots I've seen of the carousel that Walt took to he and his daughters went to all the time, which gave him the idea for Disneyland. So I don't know if that's what they intended for that, but to me it gave me that feel of that original carousel from Walt. So that's the one that reminded me of. And then Tin Toy, the original Pixar short, was in this one. That was a cool Easter egg. But you also get to see lots of other cool toys, like you like the sticky hands.
Oh man, that just brings back so many nostalgic memories of ruining my mom's walls.
And then I like Combat Carl. Funniest moment of the entire movie is when they all go for high fives. They give 1, 2, and the other guy just is like for a whole minute just standing there waiting for his high five.
Yep.
And no love comes his way. So it was sad and funny at the same time.
You know who else I like? The Bo Peeps sheep.
What was
they named Billy Goat Gruff.
Billy Goat Gruff, yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
That was very funny. We actually got their names.
Yep.
Last bit of stuff here. The future of Toy Story. The big debate for us now is this the end? What do you say?
I say 100%. It's done. It's over. Finito. The end.
Well, I'll say this. Pixar has said they're done with sequels. I don't know that when they say that, I think they're just saying it for now.
You lie.
I
think this is a perfect ending.
I think this is a great way for them to do a Toy Story 5 and tell a story either about and let Woody and Bo go off by themselves and
do what?
This is a family show. Just be toys together. But also, you can tell Buzz and the rest of the gang's story by themselves. And it kind of separates out, it kind of,
You can't have Toy Story without Woody.
But then...
He's like front and center on your
shirt. Can we agree? The story of Toy Story is about Andy and Woody, right?
Yeah.
So I think they have to come back to that at some point. but it's going to be a long way off in the future.
Okay.
It's over though for now. All right, so now we want to know from you all, what is your spoiler-filled thoughts, opinions, comments about everything we covered here from Toy Story 4? Let us know all that in the comments section below. And always vote in our poll as well. What else should they do?
If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. And check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where we do tons of fun stuff.
And that's all we have for you in this edition of Eye to Eye. But until we assemble again,
May the force be with you.
and we'll see you real soon.
Bye. We'll try it. Let's see what comes to my brain.
Let's see what comes out of that mind. That was a creepy sound downstairs. I feel like always we have these like weird things happen in our
You're gonna
house.
freak out because all those creepy dolls in Toy Story.
Oh my gosh, Jess, don't remind me of that.
It's my Drunk dolls!
My heart just stopped.